dude. It's not okay. I'm not gonna spill the doxing secrets on the interview, but it's not hard to get someone's address, bro.
Hey, I recently talked with Oni Boy, an R&B, lo-fi, and occasionally rap artist from Georgia, and we talked about a lot of things over a nice game of Black Ops 3 Zombies on the map Shadows of Evil. While we sloppily did the Easter egg, did the rituals, and opened up the Pack-a-Punch, we talked about Oni Boy's influences, his collaborative works, and his viral tweet. And it's really unhinged. I had to really put my collegiate Premiere Pro classes to good use to get this thing working. But anyways, a great guy. I had a really fun talk with him. Please enjoy the following interview. Okay, so now that we kind of have everything finally in line, I can actually start to ask you the questions that are like the entire purpose of why I got you on here. So I know that you kind of go through a small cycle of sounds, I would say. A lot of alternative R&B, as well as some sort of interest in Midwest emo and adjacent sounds. And I also know that judging from the covers on your page, I know that you have a lot of Joji covers. So what would you say were some of your early influences starting out when you kind of first got into music?
Oh, dude, it's gonna be really strange. It's Childish Gambino, actually.
Childish Gambino?
Yeah, like literally my goat. I used to write like screenplays and shit because I followed him so much, and he made screenplays.
Yeah, wasn't
Like,
because the internet kind of an album written as a screenplay?
yeah, that's my number one, like his favorite thing. Like I always say, he has two really good projects. It's because the internet should be his number one, like magnum opus shit. And fucking what is it called? Awaken My Love is his best, like sonically, like sounding.
Yeah, I
But
think in
yeah,
terms of just
Gambino's
like
my goat.
the vibe and how it sounds, I think that's a really pretty album, honestly.
Hmm. Like just the sound selection is crazy. The genre is crazy. He's a goat. But nah, it's because he used to be a fucking nerd, and I used to be a fucking nerd. So I was like, yo, if this dude can make music, I've always loved music. I was in chorus from sixth grade all the way up until I graduated high school.
So when it comes to like making music, and I know that sort of even if you have those Childish Gambino influences, stuff like that, I know that your music kind of deviates away from that. So is there any sort of reflection in the music you make to those influences, or is it simply like a separation of like this is what I enjoy and this is what I make?
Oh no, dude, I make so many genres. I make fucking what is it called? I make R&B. I make emo, alternative R&B. I'll rap. I'll make like pop music. It's really like what is it called? I got three main influences now. The Gambino was the first influence, but then XXX Tentacion, and Sewer Person, I'd say are my biggest influences.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
what was it like? What
So,
was it like having a song with him after kind of like looking up to
dude,
him and his music for so long?
that shit, I was like, holy shit. I was like, holy fuck. I mean, I know it's like, what is it called? I paid him for it and shit.
Yeah.
But still, at the end of the day, I was like,
Well, it was still like
fuck.
a finished product that you had with him. So
Yeah,
I think that despite no matter the context, like you got it, you did it.
that's what I'm saying, dude. And a lot of people, what is it called? Like, no hate to anybody that does have one. I've noticed a lot of people have like features from him, and they always get washed. And not just me saying this because it was, it's my song, but like all my friends are always like, dude, you're like one of the only people who didn't get fucking washed by him.
Well, yeah, it's
Um,
I think it's really hard to kind of like sort of live up to that hype because whenever a smaller, maybe more unknown, just like in the eyes of influence, when a smaller artist has those big features, paid or not, on their songs, it attracts a lot of people, but it attracts the people for the feature.
yeah,
So it's kind of like a kind of a dangerous game you're playing where it's just like, are they coming? They're coming for that artist, but like, are they going to stay for me?
mhm,
And I think you really held your own on that song. I know that Sewer Person is a huge presence in this scene. But it definitely kind of sounded like this was an equal track. It wasn't
yeah.
super one-sided anywhere or the other.
I'm saying, man. I was like, damn. Like after listening to other people and like how he like goes on their tracks and bodies them, I'm like, damn. I fucking held my own. That's
You were
crazy.
not gonna let that happen to you.
I was like, hell no. And that was it's funny too because it was like that was like what is it called? So I started off rapping and it took a long time. I started in 2017 because I took music tech in school. But really, it wasn't until 2020, I'd say, where I started making good music, and like that was like, I was like, "Fuck, I'm good now."
So that was
You know what I
like,
mean? Like when it clicks in your head, you're like, "I'm good."
yeah. So like
That's
after
crazy.
about 3 years, you started to make music that you were like, confident, like you were comfortable with that sound.
Yeah.
Because there always is that sort of like beginning era where you finally get to a point where it's like, oh, I can confidently say that this has objective quality. And you go back and listen to songs that you thought were bangers at the time, and you're like, oh shit, like
No,
I
this
thought
shit's
that
ass.
sounded
Mixing
good.
is doo doo. Lyrical content is doo doo. I'm literally just rhyming all 4 bars just to
So
rhyme.
I
No
know that
content.
we've kind of established that you have a lot of different influences, and you kind of rotate a bit on the it's like the styles and influences that you have going on in the music that you post. So the first song on your 60 song SoundCloud account, Flawless Victory, it's pretty aggressive. It's pretty out there. And then your most recent song, Summer's End with Dex, is I would say more of a representation of the kind of content you're pushing out now. What was the thought process behind that first song, and how has your process in making music changed since then?
So that's the first song on my account right now. I have a few tracks private. I think that's like my 4th song I've ever made, right? But
Oh,
what
so
is
it's
it
still
called?
pretty
The
early
whole
on.
Yeah, the whole mentality behind it was I used to go by a different name. I'm not gonna say it right now
That's
because it's
okay.
like cringe as fuck. But what is it called? I used to um I used to try to be like lyrical rapping, but then I realized I really liked like the aggressive like screaming rap that X did, so I wanted to make that stuff.
Hmm.
So I started to make that stuff, and that's basically where it came from. But I think that when I dropped that song is when I changed my name to Oni Boy. The whole like concept of being Oni Boy is just like, it's the Japanese demon,
Hmm.
and it's like, what is it called? I just like the emotion behind music, and that kind of like falls into it. Like just making sad music, making angry music, stuff like that. It's my favorite type of music to make. There's anything that's like a negative emotion, shit that's
Yeah,
real
it'd be kind of like an
that
outlet.
people don't want to show. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm like my listeners can express themselves through my music because the best way to get your anger out other than like hurting people, or like attacking someone or doing anything. Because everybody has like those dark urges where they're like, man, this dude just cut me off in traffic. I want to beat the shit out of him. You know,
And
it's the
that's
same thing as that. You can just listen to
yeah.
my music and just feel hard. You can listen to my music, get sad,
Yeah, so
stuff
so
like that.
so essentially you're trying to more so amplify rather than a specific like verbal message. You're more so trying to relay a specific emotion that you're feeling maybe
Yeah,
at the time of making the track.
that's always what it is. It's always goes back to emotion. I mean, like the realest music is always made by expressing your feelings and having your audience like feel the same thing you feel.
Oh,
So
for sure, I definitely agree. So while we're talking about influences, before we kind of finally leave that topic of interest behind, so I know that you're also kind of very vocal about your influences and just your interests outside of music. The two that I have down, which I think are probably the most prevalent, would be Omori and Oyasumi Pun Pun. Do you think that the themes, especially I would say, actually no, in both of them, do you think that the themes translated in either of those works or any other works that I haven't brought up, do you think those translate into your music? Do you think that they've kind of given you a perspective on how to translate similar emotions that you feel?
100%, dude. Like I literally like not even like comfort character kidding shit. Like I look at Amori and I'm like, that's me. Literally depressed person, fucked up mind. Except he doesn't hit the gym. Like that's it. You know what I
We're
mean?
the exact
So
same, except he's not as jacked as you.
yeah, literally, he's exactly me. We look the same. Like not even like on some. Oh, he literally looks like me. But like when I grow my hair out, it like does a little fucking side swoop shit.
I can see the
You know,
similarities.
I'm pretty sure he's Asian.
I mean,
So come on, like
I don't think that's probably not a bad guess.
I'm pretty sure he's Asian. Aubrey's white. Uh, Kel and Hero are either fully Hispanic or half Hispanic, half white, and the Mars Asian too. I'm pretty sure they're Korean. So let's be real. You know what I mean?
Just like you.
Literally like me, dude. Like what the fuck? So yeah, I mean it's like those two. Pun Pun's great. This girl I talked to, she got me into that. That's my whole thing. I like fucked up stories too, because like again, it goes
Yeah,
back to the
I
emotion.
can tell by this point.
Yeah, like I'm a fucked up person. My mind's fucked up, so might as well like indulge in fucked up things, but
Yeah,
not killing people yet.
why try to basically why try to say that you're not, why lie?
Yeah, I mean it's like just keep it real. That's the whole thing. Just keep everything real. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to people and be like, oh yeah, I'm a perfectly normal human being, and then my name on Steam is Skinwalker with a corpse as a picture. It's like what the fuck.
That's a
So
pretty thinly veiled disguise if you tried to
yeah,
attempt to
literally,
do
it's
that.
like who the fuck's gonna believe that shit? You see the shit I tweet out? Talking about killing
Yeah, no,
people.
I see that a lot.
Like I'm
I
pretty sure everyone has me muted. So
I actually think that I might be going against the grain here. I think that I have tweet notifications on for you.
see, that's why I fuck with you. Anyone who does that shit, I'm sorry.
I'm looking, I look forward to whatever you'll grace the timeline with.
Oh yeah.
A lot of things that if someone were to be looking over my shoulder, I wouldn't quite be able to explain properly.
Oh no, 100%, dude. I'm sorry.
And
I
that's
apologize.
that's the value in it, for sure.
Yeah, but I keep everything real. It's literally like, what's the point of Twitter if I'm not gonna fucking go on there and say stupid shit? Who goes on Twitter and is like, advice for today: make sure you get your vegetables, guys.
Like one of those
I did it,
one of those
but-
like alpha males.
I don't know about alpha male.
who
I'll be on
posts,
my
like,
sickness shit.
40, 50, 40, 50 tweet long threads just like telling you
Yeah.
to be a better man.
I'm like, all right, buddy.
All right, so I have something,
Fuck!
I did my oh no.
I don't know
So-
how to play this map, dude.
So I did
You're
my
good.
research. I did my research, and by did my research, I mean I clicked a couple links. So
Mm-hmm.
what can you tell me about Yokai Club?
Oh, Yokai Club or Yokai Hub?
It's Club or Hub. It's one of the two. I might have
It's
written
Hub.
it
Yeah,
down wrong.
yeah, yeah. My second account, right?
Yes.
Dude,
Calm down.
literally Yokai Hub. Damn. W. Let me pop my Phoenix up, bro. Run it back. That was the warm up. But no, yeah,
That was just a warm up game.
yeah, I didn't remember how to play. Yokai Hub, literally, the original name for the account was just Only Boy Beats, and then I was like, damn, I want to drop more than beats on here, even though I still only drop fucking beats on it, or like slowed down versions of my songs. Yokai Hub is literally just a fucking what is it called? Like Gambino and X, they had their collectives royalty and members only.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I want to fucking I want a collective. I never started a collective, so I was just like, let me name my shit Yokai Hub, because yokai is like Japanese demons and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Legend,
like
myths,
folklore,
yeah.
ghosts and stuff like that.
Yeah, shit like
So-
that.
That is primarily production. Does that do the production aspects of that secondary account, do they ever bleed into your like solo main page music? Do you have any plans on having self-produced tracks, or are these two pretty separated entities?
For right now, they're separated. When I first started making music, I started, in music tech. So I was like, yeah, let me fucking produce and do vocals at the same time, because I fucking sing and shit. But then I was like, fuck, let me just dive right into vocals since I'm doing singing, because I didn't know how to mix or anything like that. So I wanted to learn how to mix and then go back to producing, and I have not gone back.
So was
So-
starting out, was it like an academic thing?
Music wise, no, I always like wanted to make music, because like I love listening to bands and singing and shit. My friends used to tell me on PlayStation, shut the fuck up, because I always sang into the mic. But
You're
I
one
just
of
took
those
that because
people.
I always love fucking rapping. And yeah, I mean, now my friends are like, "Damn, you make good music," and I'm like, "Man, fuck you." So, kinda, the academic helped me more so than anything.
Okay, so speaking of production, in terms of like self-producing as opposed to solo work, where you're kind of more focused on vocally shining rather than mixing those two endeavors into the same thing, what are some producers that you like to work with? I know you have a lot of songs like "Kill Myself" beats, and I know there's one or two Idealism produced songs on there. Both producers that I'm very familiar with and I like a lot. What are some producers that you like work closely with, or maybe just browse whatever they have to use as production? Who's your go-to producer?
My go-to right now, I don't really have one. I'm just kind of floating, like whatever I hear. I'm trying to break the seal because I usually just make emo shit, and I'm like, all right, let me fucking switch it back up, go back to R&B and shit. But right now, my used to like go-to were Kill Myself and Neverfall. I think
do
my
love
homie Bug Boy,
Neverfall.
Neverfall the goat. I'm telling you, he's the
Neverfall's
fucking
been
goat.
doing great for like years.
Literally, and that shit, he stopped dropping beats. I don't want to say the reason for it, but I noticed that he stopped uploading when the Russia-Ukraine thing happened, and I
Uh-huh.
think because he couldn't sell beats, it fucked him over. Then I was like, fuck, my literal go-to, my guy. It's like legend. Got fucked, but yeah,
Yeah, I
those
know
two
a similar
killed
thing.
myself.
I know a
Go.
similar thing happened to Sorrowbringer.
Did it?
Yeah, Sorrowbringer, I believe was in the Ukraine when everything kind of started to go down.
Jesus.
I hope I'm not misremembering, but I'm almost positive that I saw a tweet kind of like in the same vein of the idea you had, where it's like,
Mhm.
hey, like I'm in the Ukraine, things are rough, but he's doing okay.
Yeah,
Last time I checked.
good, good. 'Cause that shit's fucked up, man.
Oh no, it's horrible. It's horrible.
It's fucked up. Hell yeah.
Okay, and
Unquenchable?
so there is something that I kind of have wanted to bring up. I wanted to establish the foundation, the framework first, to get a better idea of kind of who you are as a creative artist. And you have mentioned that you do have some lucrative and out there tweeting habits.
Yeah.
What was it like having an enormously viral tweet that brought
Hey
a
man,
lot
that
of
shit was
attention your
great.
way?
That shit was great. Let me tell you, fucking yo boy, you want hot dog? Like that. I love that. I saw that shit blowing up, and I immediately was like, all right, time to show mental illness. And I was like, yo, where the fucking Asian girls
Yeah,
at?
because I saw the reactions to that. I know we
hit me.
kind of briefly discussed it when it was going down. So now that you're a famous tweeter up there with the ranks of Kira and Korn, those are the only two like tweet guys that I know. Now that you're up there in those ranks, do you think that it is a positive or a negative thing to get that much attention on arguably the most toxic social media site of all time?
Um, honestly, it's neither. It is what it is.
It's just kind of whatever.
Yeah, I always think of it like people always hop on Twitter and they call it toxic and shit. And I'm like, it's not that bad. I mean, like, people's problems are they hop on Twitter and they're like, wow, all these people are fucking stupid and speaking their minds and it's affecting me negatively. And I'm like, dude, I hop on Twitter and look at anime girls. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like,
I'm okay. So we're on the same page there,
no,
at least.
it is what it is.
That's most of my feed, and I do appreciate keeping it that way.
Hell yeah.
My sort of like manifesto is that nothing on Twitter is real.
Literally, you delete the app
Because
and it's
not.
gone.
You know,
So-
it's a bunch of very exaggerated and amplified opinions
Mhm.
that have
yeah.
no real value.
Literally, it's just like if people could say their thoughts whenever they wanted to, it's Twitter.
Yeah,
They
it's
just
a,
open
it's
their
a very
phone, type
stream
it.
of consciousness app.
Yeah, it's not hard at all.
All right, I'm doing this ritual by myself, by the way.
You locked me out, cuz I can't get in.
Yeah, that was kind of my fault. I was just like, fuck it. I'll go ahead and start this shit,
3.
see how it goes.
Bang,
Oh
I got
god.
you.
We've talked about Summer's End, you know, your most
Oh,
recent
shit.
song, which I love a lot, by the way. I think it's super
forgot
great.
about that song.
I think Dex does a great job as always. You forgot about it already?
Yeah, I just be coming home making music and I forget about the music I have.
Honestly, that's the mentality to have. You know, you make something, and once it's out there, you just forget it ever existed.
If I'm not performing it, it doesn't exist.
Do you ever want to perform it?
So what the fuck? I forgot I had the clown noise on. Yeah, soon, probably. I mean, the thing about it too is like people always forget like they don't have performances and shit. My bad. My mind is like focused on COD.
Oh no, you're good. This is
What
where I
is it
get you.
called?
I put you in sort of like a situation where you have to balance your thoughts. You know?
That's why I went down the first time.
No. My
No,
bad,
it's I took chorus from 6th grade until my senior year of high school, so like 6 years of chorus. We always have like 3 to 4 concerts a year, so I'm used to performing. And I'm like, all right, well, I missed that shit. Like, I want to do it again, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And
Soon enough.
so your dream set list. You have let's say you're opening for the opener in a dingy underground scene concert where 20 people show up, right? You only have
Yeah.
3 songs to really prove yourself. What songs do you want to perform live? Because I know that every artist
Oh,
thinks about
shit.
which of their songs they would perform live.
Damn. I don't even know, dude. I gotta look at my own track list. Oh no, I have a
Check
few.
your own
I mean,
disco.
yeah, maybe Crash or Fall. Am I alone, or am I performing with people? Probably alone, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
I would do like Broken Bottles 1. That's a good one. Oh shit, my fault. I didn't reload. Damn. It flew into me. Yeah, Broken Bottles Part One. Fuck. What else songs of it? I like Homecoming maybe. That's like one of my favorite tracks. And then shit, that's all singing stuff. One, two. That's two tracks, right? You said three?
Not Amori Drip.
Ah, not a Moisture. That's a fucking like meme rap song.
Dude, I
It
think
took me a long time to like for my IRLs to be like, oh yeah, he's a rapper, and all I do now is sing. So
that is kind of like a weird path to cross, like a weird threshold to hit, where you're no longer like self-described as an artist, but now you're like, oh yeah, like I think I'm comfortable enough to be like I am a rapper, not just generally calling yourself an artist.
yeah, like I started off as a rapper, and I did the other way around. I was like, now I'm a singer, and then I rap and sing. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm both.
So just sort
I'm
of
just
a,
an
a best
artist.
of both worlds situation.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
labels are constricting more than anything.
I don't be doing all that shit. I just be like, bro, I make music, and that's it. I like screaming into microphones.
We've talked about some singles. That was like the whole point of bringing up like Summer's End, is as I was trying to segue. You can tell that I'm not used to doing this,
You are smart.
but
You're very smart. That's planned and methodical.
you
Trying to
do
sneak
have.
one on me.
Yeah, no, it failed, but like the idea was there, the attempt
I
was there.
get it. Get it. That was nice.
So you
Shit.
do have a couple EPs out. You know, you have a Heart's Heavy Burden 1 and 2. You have Title here, and you have Oni Tapes 1 and 2. Is there any future endeavor where you think you might want to pursue maybe a full length project, or are you comfortable at the moment just releasing singles and EPs?
Yeah, probably in the future. I mean, what is it called? I consider all of them albums theoretically or like technically they're EPs, and I'm always like, it's a fucking album. It's an EP. I don't really know what it is. I mean, it's like SoundCloud. I only make 2 minute long songs anyway, so
That's fair.
you'd be like Sewer
SoundCloud-
Person, drop a 20 song track, and it's only 30 minutes long.
That is true.
It's
You
like,
really just
what the
like
fuck?
just the most condensed songs. You know, just get the best.
Yeah.
You know, SoundCloud really is a playground in a way. You know, to experiment on. You can post whatever the fuck you. Oh no, I've cornered myself
No,
against
you
you.
good? You good? Bro,
Alright, we're
following me.
We're
You want a
good,
piece
we're
of
good,
this
we're
ass? Yeah, get some double points. Huh?
Hell yeah. I got no ammo for the double points. Okay, while I'm defeating this Margwa, we talked about it kind of a little bit before the interview. Oh my god, that didn't kill him. I used a whole clip. We kind of talked about it before the interview. But what, you know, do you have any sort of like, I would say like passionate or dedicated to hobbies outside of music, or is that kind of like your whole thing?
Literally, I love fucking. So music for me, I make emo music, right? It's mental torture. I go to the gym, and I like powerlifting for physical torture, and I'm getting back into doing Muay Thai boxing, and that's more physical torture. And then when I'm not doing that, I'm either playing like single player games with good stories for more mental torture, watching movies and shows for more mental torture, or I'm sleeping.
So
So,
really,
like-
I would say around the clock.
Yeah,
mental
it's
torture.
always just. I mean, how you gonna become a stronger man if you're not torturing yourself?
I mean,
know?
I mean, maybe. Have you ever considered consuming media that was maybe feel good, or are you like on this train till the end?
Oh, dude, I only watch fucking slice of life anime. Like, just fuck.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like, hey.
There's some level of peace.
Yeah,
life.
there's always. It's like if you get yourself. What the fuck is the jug? Oh, you already powered on jug?
Yeah,
Oh, damn, I'm stupid. How do I exit Marco form?
I actually can't remember how to on PC.
Oh no, control, backspace, E, F.
I pressed a bunch of buttons and none of them worked. So
Yeah, nothing worked. But yeah, it's just mental torture. I just like consuming media that makes me feel anything. Goes back to the emotion thing, you know. That
but
shit.
in this case,
and
most
then,
of the time you're consuming media that makes you feel bad.
yeah, I mean, not always.
I mean,
play
sometimes
Yakuza.
sometimes you're
My
sitting
favorite
down
series.
watching K-On, playing a bit of
Literally, Tamako Market.
Yakuza.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
you're- so
Yakuza was
you're-
always like, be a strong man, fight people, stay by your ideals. And then you go do a side quest and it's like, this girl's father is dying of cancer and you have to help her collect money. And you go do another side quest and it's like, hey, here is a guy trying to fight you, but the guy's actually a girl. And then this girl tries to fight you and the girl is actually a guy. And they're both cross-dressing and they're brother and sister.
You know, I have Yakuza 0 on my computer and I've never played it. I've never even
You gotta hop on
downloaded
there.
it.
You gotta hop. I'm getting everyone that gets into it just tells me that they're playing Yakuza. I'm like, good.
I've been told pretty good things. It's been hyped up quite a bit, but I haven't really taken that step to actually download the game.
Go ahead, man. It's on Game Pass.
I
All
would
the
say
games.
the last big single player game I played was probably Damn, I haven't played a really extensive single player game in a long
See,
time.
that's the problem. Single player games are better than multiplayer.
I would agree to some extent, actually, but why do you think so?
Multiplayer gives you mental torment, and I already give myself enough mental torment.
Okay, so that's your break. You know, after
Yeah.
consuming all of these torturous, forms of
They're like,
media.
please, for the love of God, let me just fucking relax, beat up thugs on the street, go pet cats, like to have fun, man.
Just anything.
Yeah, like I like multiplayer games and all. I used to play Valorant all the time, but that
Oh,
shit is
okay. So
AIDS.
so there is some sort of multiplayer enjoyment in there somewhere.
I love shooters and fighting games. Like I can't even.
See,
Some of my
I
favorite things are just like beating the shit out of people.
see when the pandemic first hit, I kind of just played through the entirety of Persona 5 in like a week.
Okay, that's
And
fair.
I think that was like the last big single player game that I really that like I guess I really went through all the way. I played Resident Evil Village when it came out, but
Scary.
I have
Fuck that.
not finished it.
Hell no, I wouldn't either.
Oh, really? Not that
I don't
good.
like scary things.
Oh, you don't like scary things.
I don't know. Life is scary enough. I don't need to like torture myself. Actually, like with scary shit. Fuck that.
So there is a limit to the self torture.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not scared of like horror shit, but or not. I'm not scared. Like I'm not gonna not do it. If someone wants me to, I'll watch a scary movie with them. But like willingly, I'm like fuck no.
So
Like,
that's,
I already-
it's never your choice.
Yeah, my head is always like, oh, someone's gonna kill you. That guy who's walking behind you carrying his groceries, he's gonna kill you. And I'm like, okay,
All right, cool, sick. I guess this is how I go out.
fuck it. Yeah.
Okay, so I've asked this question twice now, and I feel like it kind of doesn't fully fit, because of your collaboration with Sewer Person. But there's kind of like the age old, music question of if you could work with anybody, no matter how big or how small, or maybe more specifically, who are you familiar with that you've been meaning to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Mm, I don't even know, dude, because I only work with my friends. It's literally like, fucking. I sent all my opens to my homie Logan. Fucking, what's his name now? Wallflower.
Oh yeah,
He
okay.
was Lo-Fi Villain and I Hate Archie. And then I sent them all to Dex. Like, it's the only two people. That's
So
it.
a very small circle of like people
Yeah,
that
it's
you're
like
willing to
my
send stuff to.
guys.
You
My
know, I
fucking
think
homies,
I think
right?
starting out, I was like really trying to branch out and get as many people as possible. Well, it's people that I enjoyed, of course, but I kind of have the same mentality now where I'm like, man, I'm going to only send opens to like the same 3 people.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like in the music scene, like it's great to hear people sing together and stuff, but there's like, it's not like any, it's not aimed at anybody, but it's always like people will social climb to get themselves up, and
Oh,
they'll
for
be like,
sure.
oh yeah, let me have a fucking feature with this artist because they're big, and then a feature with this artist just to get their audience, and now everyone knows me because I have features from 6 different people,
Yeah, no,
and it's
I've
like,
definitely
well,
seen that happen. And do you think that's like ingenuine, like am I disingenuous?
a
To
little
think
bit. Some
that?
people, not you, like it's not everybody. There's if you make music, of course you're gonna want to get big.
Oh,
It's
of
like
course, yeah,
no sane person makes music. It's literally more physical torture, like I said.
I agree.
So you do have to get your way up. If everybody could be just do what they want to, and be a successful musician, it would be the ideal world. But we don't live in an ideal world. There's racism. Like,
That is true.
what is it called?
I
So
hate
like,
to admit it, but it still exists.
like bro, like I live in the South, so like you don't have to tell me twice. Like fucking racism is it's not an ideal world. But oh yeah, I have the last zombie. I don't know if you're setting things. I can kill it if you want.
Oh yeah, go for it. I accidentally just set off a trap and almost killed myself.
Nice, nice, nice.
Guess I was just holding.
But yeah,
down F.
it's not disingenuine, but I do see it like I like making music. I make music because I love it. That's why like I want to get big. I want to get fucking features with like all my friends who have like more clout than me and shit. But then at the same time, I still hop on non-profit beats that I can never upload to streaming service.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
So there, like anybody else, there is going to be that desire to have your work recognized. I don't think that's bad at all. I think a lot of people
Yeah.
shy away from saying that they want attention, and they can still do it for the art, but like everybody wants effort and sort of a representation of how they feel emotionally to be recognized, because why wouldn't you want it to be, I guess?
Yeah,
Um,
literally. Like that's the point. Of course, there are people who do it for the hobby of it and they have other lives. But the majority of music makers want people to hear their music and they want to get big off it. You
Absolutely.
know, like why would I be like, oh, Mel dropped a tweet where he's like, hey, who wants to be interviewed? And I'd be like, no.
Yeah, yeah. You
I
know
said,
what?
hey, interview me, bro.
I got a surprisingly low amount of responses, and I was like, I know you motherfuckers like talking about yourselves. Like, what's the issue here?
Like at least be open about being a narcissist. Like I love myself. I literally like stare at a picture of my female self and I'm like, yep, that's the hottest girl ever. Like that's why I keep posting that shit.
That's
Hey,
it's just pure self-love.
yeah, I mean, what's the point? I hate myself, of course, but I love myself because like if you think about how the fuck do I exit Marco? Oh, left control. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Um,
we figured it out.
yeah, it's like if you what is it called? If you like your own music, like that's just self-explanatory. Like, what's the point in hating yourself? Like, if you like your music enough to put it out there, you should love yourself as well.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know what I
it's
mean?
just counter. I mean, I listen to my own music all the time,
Literally, sometimes I only listen to that shit.
and yeah, like if I'm like alone in the car, I will blast my shit because I made it and I'm proud of it. And although you kind of have these standards that you have for yourself, and as you grow as an artist and as you kind of develop more of a specific quality, those like standards raise. Like you essentially raise the bar for yourself, because no one is a better critic on yourself than you.
Oh, what the fuck?
You could.
Yeah, it's the balls came. I wasn't ready
Them
for them. I thought it was
fucking
gonna be the
meatballs.
locust. Yeah. Everybody wants to get big. It's not disingenuous to like collab with a bunch of people because, of course, part of the fun of making music is getting your friends on tracks.
Absolutely,
You know,
yeah.
Summer's End would not be what it is without Mikey doing his fucking harmonies at the last chorus. That's my favorite part. Without it, it's like just regular ass song. You know?
Yeah, no,
But
I think that sometimes I even have more fun working with people because it's kind of like a refresher in a way. You're kind of bringing in a new perspective to something that you've made. Because I think that a lot of the time, and like once again, I'm not calling anybody out, but sometimes you'll hear a song with two people on it. It's like, oh, that was like, oh, like one person did their thing, the other person did the other, and there's not really a lot of correlation between the two verses. Especially if they're like not even similar thematically. And
Yeah.
I think that collaborations provide an opportunity to like really bring together like two sort of general ideas into one major theme on a track. And speaking of Summer's End, I think you guys did that really well.
that was all Mikey, not me.
Oh, you had none of the heavy lifting.
That boy Dex, he be doing this thing. He be doing this singy song, and I'm like, damn, that white boy got swag. Alright, hit that. What else do I need to hit?
Oh, I'm fucked. No.
What's up, cuh? I got you, cuh. Yeah, get your ass up.
You can revive in the beast.
Yeah,
Holy shit, that's a game changer.
literally. I forgot until I saw you.
Well, there's a Margwa somewhere. Oh, there it is. So I guess now that we're kind of coming to a conclusion, I was pleasantly surprised. This probably has been kind of like the most off the rails one yet in the best way possible.
Oh, yeah.
You've been a great guest. I appreciate your candid honesty. Is there anything you got going on, whether artistically or just anything you want to share to wrap things up? Is there anything you got going on? Something for people to look forward to?
Dude, I'm working on 4 projects right now.
4 projects?
Yeah, literally, I just like making music. So I'm working on like a lo-fi tape, like R&B shit, and just regular singing. Probably working on another emo thing because I love making emo music. I'm working on an old SoundCloud sound, like kind of akin to old X, old Lil Peep type shit like that. Just distorted,
Yeah,
shitty
yeah,
quality.
yeah.
You
That's
know,
like my favorite kind. So
literally,
you're
people
really
don't make
spreading
enough
yourself
music
thin.
like that anymore. They make shittily sounding shitty music. They need to make shittily sounding great music. And
So-
real ones know what that means.
Yeah, like that kind of middle ground between quality in different areas and sort of a more raw quality in others.
Literally, have that shit raw as fuck. Just I need raw. Like bring back the chop snare and the spins 808. You know what I'm saying? Like
Dude, I'll never forget when there was a lot of speculation around the beat that was on the song. I think it was Leaves by Ninetales, where it was the Minecraft bow sound.
yeah, as the snare, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
I want shit like that. I want
That's what I'm saying.
I want the wildest, like goofiest, most creative shit that people can do.
Yeah.
Because I do think that, in terms of how how the scene has developed and progressed, and especially with emo rap kind of being on the way out as the predominant genre in the scene, things are getting saturated. People are having to do more and more to stand out.
Oh, that shit's already out. Let's be real. No one cares about emo anymore. The depressed kids do, but everyone still thinks Lil Peep and X are underground.
Yeah,
So
which, Lil Peep had a song remixed by Diplo, so I can't say with 100%
he has a song with
certainty.
Fallout Boy. Like,
Shit,
come on, dude.
that is true. So do Gex.
Fucking yeah. See, the shit ain't real no more.
The scene is
like-
changing. Things are changing.
These are. I mean, well, if you have beef on the internet, people don't fucking kill each other anymore. They're just like, oh, you're on the internet.
That is
I'm
true.
gonna act tough, and then I'm like, well, what if
Oh.
I show up at your doorstep with a gun? Are you good? You in underground?
Yeah, I'm by Pack a Punch.
On my way. On my way. Oh, I got rid of my fucking, what is it called? My in plain sight. How many people are there?
A lot.
Oh, that's all good. No worries. I got a dingo.
You're correct. You got this.
Popped out with my lumga. You feel me? I do not remember how to get over there.
Well,
Yeah, I do.
while I am bleeding out, waiting to die, at the end of an almost hour-long interview, I'm back
Echo, you
up.
better run.
All right. Well, essentially, thank you for coming on. I hope that this has
Always.
been
I'll
a
come on you
somewhat-
later.
Yeah. That's after, that's after the interview.
Let him know.
I thought we discussed this beforehand.
My fault. I
But
thought we were gonna film it too.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you said you backed out of the face cam, and then I had my camera
My
set up.
fault. My fault. My fault.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
All on
But
me.
what the fuck? Why? Oh, we haven't put the summoning key down. But yeah, thanks for coming on. I'm probably gonna end it around here, and go listen to Summer's End, which is your most recent track, and look forward to anything coming up by Oni Boy. Apparently, he's got like 85 different things that are going to come
Literally.
up eventually.
Always. Stay working, young people. Never stop working. It's
Truly
the
an
value of hard
inspiration.
work. Literally. Torture yourself always. If you don't know the value of being alive until you're dead. You know? Like, so push yourself until you die.
Thank you.
If you don't die, you're not working hard enough.